was an inspiration for me, and my biggest loss in the beginning was almost 5 lakhs. In YouTube, you might see a lot of fancy videos, a car SI indicator, Seiko, you'll make money. I predicted that Maruti girega, and next day itself Maruti fell. If people are laughing at you today, you will laugh at them after years.
Hi, and welcome to KuberHunt, where we bring you real voices from the market. Today, it's a wonderful day for us to begin with the very first podcast. We will introduce you to a wonderful guest, Dr. Vineet DeCosta. He has trained 1,000+ investors across India. So please welcome Dr. Vineet DeCosta.
Hi Rajan, thank you so much for welcoming me to this wonderful community. I'm happy to be a part of KuberHunt and this beautiful podcast. Thank you for giving this splendid opportunity where all the viewers get to learn a lot about the markets, understand the real stories, real insights, what exactly happens in the markets. So thank you for your warm introduction.
Thank you so much for your time today. We'll be taking some time off just to discuss the facts, the problems, what we are trying to address. How can we simplify actual process of any investor who wants to learn, who wants end-to-end a company. Since you are a registered analyst, you might have many things that you have faced across your career. It's not always when a doctorate tries to become a trader. So please take us through the journey. What made you get into trading?
Yes, very good question, Rajan. So generally, doctorate, I got it after I got into trading, right?
Oh.
Usually people think that, okay, he might have achieved his academic goals first and then he got into trading. No, it's nothing like that. I was working with Ernst & Young EY in Bangalore, RMZ Infinity, EY Global Delivery Services. And I was an auditor by profession. I've completed my few papers in ACCA. But eventually, over a period of time, my interest towards trading was more than accountancy. And that made me feel that maybe I'm there in this world not to continue as an accountant, right? There's something much more I can do. And that's when I started exploring trading, journey of losses to profits, because always you remember, success is not a destination, success is a journey. So I felt that over a period of time, I tried to learn. I'm still learning. And only learning can get you better, right? People think that learning is one of the most essential process, but in today's world, learning is not just an essential process, it is a survival process. You need to learn to survive, right? And my doctorate is in financial management again. Why did I do my doctorate? Is because my interest towards finance is very much, right? And finance is not just trading. There is accounts, there is taxation, there is lot many things that comes under finance. Finance is just a general term. But I felt that if you have to train students, if you have to be professional enough, you need to shed your light even in the academic goals as well as the practical knowledge. So that's where we have got a doctorate in financial management. Now I'm a SEBI RA also, and the next goal is to be an RIA. So excellent. It's like you need to be a complete finance professional.
I really think the users who are viewing this right now take this as an inspiration for them.
Right.
Because it's not always when someone has this sort of plans all lined up.
Right.
Nothing is unplanned.
Yes.
Things are just going by the books. I would like you to give us something about any information or anything that a beginner, let's say if I am walking into market with very nominal capital, there is no big amounts, no big trading setups. What is the first thing that I should be inclined towards?
Perfect.
What are the things that actually matter when it comes to trading? So please
very good question, Rajan. The first thing is the capital that you come up is very important. When you are a beginner, have a realistic capital, realistic approach, first thing. Second is the return on investment should be realistic as per the market conditions. Now you're coming with a capital of 50,000. A beginner cannot come and expect that I will make 2x or 3x of the capital.
Correct.
Because that is happening for the kind of Telegram ads that are run, people talking about zero expiry trades, you can make any type of returns in the market. Not at all possible, right? There are chances, there are opportunities. We have n number of opportunities in the market, but it all again depends on the timing that you enter, whether you are lucky enough also. People say that trading is not about luck. I would say that trading is strategy plus luck.
Correct.
Luck percentage is very small, but you need to be lucky also to some extent.
Correct.
Now talking about a beginner, even when I got into the market 7 years back, even I have seen a journey of losses, right? I have seen months of losses. I have seen months that have been very difficult and then I've recovered from it. So for me to tell a beginner may feel that it is just theoretical. But I want the beginners to understand, instead of learning the hard way how I have learned, learn it the easy way. Because when someone is sharing your experience, it is not easy. Because see, what happens is when you're investing 50,000, you make 1 lakh in 1 week. Beginners think market is like this only. हम लोग हर वीक में 50,000 कैपिटल में 1 लाख बना सकते हैं, वो माइंडसेट में आते हैं लोग. But what I'm trying to tell the people is, I know it is exciting, but options is always a game where there is a high amount of probability included. And second thing is, as per the SEBI circular, only 8% of people are profitable in option buying. And you know, most of the beginners, considering the kind of capital they have, they only come for option buying. Because they cannot.
Which is very risky, right?
Which is very risky. Now, what I'm trying to tell is, me being a professional option buyer, I am not discouraging people, you do option buying, but do it with realistic expectation.
Correct.
First part. Second part is, you asked me a question, what is the message that you want to give to beginners? Message is, learn to book your loss.
I think that is very well said.
Learn to book your loss. Losses is in your control, profit is not in your control.
Right.
Now I'm going in the road, especially we are in Mumbai right now. I can see a beautiful view from your office right now. People are going in the highway at 80, 100, 120. That is acceleration, right? But to save their life, what do they require? Brakes. So in markets also, to save your capital, you need a stop loss, right? Otherwise, cut your finger. It is better to cut your finger than cutting your entire hand.
True.
Right? That is what I want to tell the beginners. Have a realistic expectation, learn a strategy. And one more small thing is, because Rajan is very close to me, one more small thing is, you have seen one strategy working in YouTube. A trader can come, for example, I can come and show you a strategy that has worked for me for 2 years. Now, because it is a work for me, is it necessary it will work for you?
Definitely not.
Definitely not, because your execution may be different. But don't judge that, okay, today I'll use this strategy, tomorrow I'll use another strategy. Beginners have a problem of changing strategy every single day.
Right.
That will not work. If you are using one strategy, use that full strategy for one full month. Then you judge whether the strategy is working or no.
So with this, okay, can I consider this as like, even if I'm making loss with any strategy, should I still have faith in that strategy
100%.
before I go ahead and decide to change it?
First thing is backtesting. First you check in the backtesting as your strategy works 70% times, 75% times. If you have seen it has worked, go ahead with it, because the past data tells you the strategy is working.
Very well.
So the first part is ticked.
Yes.
First is a green flag. Okay. Second part, you said that if it has not worked for me, Monday it has not worked. Tuesday because of expiry, let's say it didn't work. Wednesday also it did not work. Example I'm telling you. Yeah. You have still 1 month. For that one entire month, please have faith on the strategy, but with the proper stop loss. Doesn't mean it did not work for me for 2 days. I will not go with the strategy. Right? Taj Mahal was not built in 1 day. So you know that every strategy will take time to execute for you. So keep in mind, it is a process, right? And don't do extra analysis. Extra analysis will lead to paralysis. So that's very important.
That's very well said. Tell me something, what is the biggest takeaway and when in your career did you get it and from whom? If that is okay for you to share with our users.
Yeah, definitely. So biggest takeaway of markets is, market is simple, but it is not easy. Between simple and easy, right? When we think it is simple, we think it is easy. No, that's not like that. Those are not like alternative or interconnected words. There is a complete different meaning for it. After all, even though you're good at strategies, even though you're good at risk management, even though you have a lot of techniques with you, at the end of the day, it is a psychological skill. You need to work on your psychology. And who was the inspiration for me? Definitely W.D. Gann, right? You all can Google the name W.D. Gann. I have learned a lot about it. Like, there is financial astrology, there is time cycles, and there are many other things. But what I learned is, if I am doing something in financial astrology, that is not the only thing. Trading is not just about one strategy. Correct. In YouTube, you might see a lot of fancy videos. Ek RSI indicator, SICO, you'll make money. Or one MACD, you learn, you make money. Or just do this moving average crossover, you'll make money. No, that is all fake. Market doesn't work because of one concept. It is a combination of different concepts. For example, I combine financial astrology with technical analysis. That gives me an edge in the market. Two kind of things are happening in one setup. That is a double confirmation for me, right? And the more you look into confirmations, more you can be successful in the market.
Excellent. That's a very great insight, I think. Let's now go back to the time when you have just started your career. I know you have been into markets for many years, but how was that in the start? How is it now? And how do you think it could be better in the coming future?
So when I started, even I started with a capital of 25,000-30,000, right? Which went up to 1 lakh, because that was the way I started it. And I lost it more than 2-3 times. Meaning 1 lakh invested, losing it 2-3 times. I, blew my account couple of times, right? And my biggest loss in the beginning was almost 5 lakhs. And how did I regroup it? I regrouped it with a mindset that, okay, like I told you, this is my strategy. If the stop loss is coming in this strategy, I will accept it, but I will not change the strategy. If this has backtest given me a very good backtest results, I am not going to change the strategy. I will work with the same strategy. So from 2 lakhs, I took my capital up to 12 lakhs. That was the time Byju's, Skill Vertex gave me a chance to come in their channel, talk about my strategies, LearnTube, Career Ninja, you might have heard.
Yes.
So I got a chance to be there, right? Even Upstocks had recognized me long back. So this gave me a small kind of a spotlight. Yeah, this trader is doing well. And that was the way I started it. But coming back and thinking right now, when your capital increases, you need to diversify your capital accordingly. Initially, when you have a small capital, definitely 100% will go to option buying. But let's say right now my capital is 2 to 3 crores, for example. Out of 2 to 3 crores, I cannot put the entire money in option buying. I will make sure 10 to 15% in option buying. That is 20 to 25 lakhs maximum. Even that is a bigger amount for option buying. But 50-60% of my capital will come to option selling. So there are people who ask me, sir, you talk so much about option buying. Why don't you put your entire wealth in option buying? Am I telling you to put your entire wealth? No, I am telling only beginners because they don't have any option. With that capital, you have to do in option buying. But over a period of time, you need to understand option buying only helps you in maximizing the money. To sustain in the market for a long time, you definitely need to have swing positions. You need to do option selling. But option buying is a phase for you where you can grow your capital quickly with proper risk management. Now, this doesn't mean don't do option buying. It means do option buying, but with a small part of your portfolio.
I think you have covered everything that was asked. Again, let's now talk more towards how will the situation and the scenario where compliance are trying to regulate everything with Telegram and the Telegram influencers in picture. What is the key takeaway for anyone who is an RA and still managing his business? Because we have many RAs. I have been in discussion with many RAs. Not everyone is able to cope up. Everyone has their own set of difficulty. What's yours?
Very good answer. For me, the difficulty is, you see, people say, jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai, right? But normally when trading comes, right, people are overexcited in trading. If they see a Telegram app, 10,000 dal do, 1 lakh milega, they'll put that 10,000. But what is in front of their eyes? A SEBI RA, they have an office in Mangalore or Bangalore, they have a physical presence. People don't want to go there. But people are happy to go with these fake dreams, which is showing them fake dreams, which show big things, and they are ready to lose money there. But here they do not want to come. That means you are not ready to choose a hard path. You want an easy path. And then if you lose there, people will be like, they broke my trust. Who are you trusting? Who are you trusting? Telegram app, Saurabh Singh, Rajpal Yadav. It is not their name. It is not their name. Monica Sharma. Right?
Who knows who they are?
Who knows? It is not their real name. Monica Sharma, 10-15 scam हो रहा है उस नाम में. Who is Monica Sharma? So people are ready to believe such people क्योंकि वो लोग क्या करते हैं ना, टेलीग्राम में फ्री को टिप देते हैं. 1-2 टिप प्रॉफिट जाएगा, बोलेंगे 1 लाख डाल दो, हम लोग अकाउंट हैंडल कर लेंगे. People are ready to put there. Entire 1 lakh is gone. And with that 1 lakh, are they trading, or with that 1 lakh, are they transforming it to another account? And you cannot find it. You cannot find it. Recently, I had one of the podcasts with a lawyer who is a master's in digital law. She is saying you cannot track their IP addresses.
That's how organized they have become.
That's how organized they have become. They have created a syndicate, right, which you cannot catch. My difficulty basically is, मैं लोगों को दिखा सकता हूं कि मार्केट में प्रॉफिट भी है, लॉस भी. I will not give you fake dreams. 80% चांसेस प्रॉफिटेबल हो सकते हो, 20% चांस लॉस भी हो सकते हो. जब लॉस होगा एक्सेप्ट कर लो, बट वो रियलिटी है. सो डिफिकल्टी, मेरा डिफिकल्टी क्या है ना, लोग रियलिटी को बाद में एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, पहला लॉस खा के बाद में आते. So don't do that.
It's again the insights that you are sharing, it's I think very much fruitful, and I want the users and viewers to have the maximum of it. So Vineet, I have a different question now. I want you to shed some information or some light where this is an unexplored direction. Not everyone, we have nearly 2,100 RAs now across India, and a very few of them are working with this mindset. Factor that we are looking here is the astrological behavior on trading markets. Not everyone so far is able to relate this. Let me frame this very well for you. While you are combining the astrology with the actual markets, you might have come across situation where people might have not taken you seriously, since you are consistent. Once that thing has worked out for you and how it worked out for you, so give us some insight around that, how astrology and markets can be related, how the users can leverage it. with help of?
First of all, astrology is not magic. It is a pseudoscience. Okay, it is a science and it is proved by mathematics. Okay, so when you look at astrology, there are different types of astrologies. There's KP astrology, there's Western, there is Vedic. There are many types of astrologies inside that. Initially, when I spoke about astrology, yes, people were not serious about it. They were thinking it's something funny and everything. But every workshop of mine, I've openly predicted this is going to happen, and it has happened till today. Every workshop. One of the first workshops, I told Paytm kal upar jayega Monday ko. Paytm, I told 5% upar jayega, wo 12% upar gaya. On Monday only. It could have got up on Tuesday. It could have gone up on Wednesday. Why did it go up on Monday? That's the first question. Second thing is, for another workshop, I predicted that Maruti girega. And next day itself, Maruti fell. Now also people can go and check my Instagram. I had predicted South Indian Bank, September 2022. तब South Indian Bank 9 rupees में था. Share का भाव 9 rupees में था. I told that within 1 year, 1.5 year, ये stock double हो जाएगा. Stock went to 36 rupees.
Wonderful.
Almost 300-350% returns of investment. Why did that happen? उसी स्टॉक को क्यों वो मोमेंट आया? दूसरा स्टॉक को आ सकता था ना, विप्रो को आ सकता था, HDFC बैंक को आ सकता था. Why didn't that happen? Reason is every stock has got an astrological cycle. Major हो सकता है, minor हो सकता है, पर cycle तो 100% है. जैसे business में you have a cycle of boom, recession, recovery. Similarly, astrology में भी cycle है. Now the question is, how can someone look at the planets and predict that markets will also work like that?
Correct.
You need to understand, every humans have got their own zodiac signs. Right? Every humans have got the own planet of their own. And market is a game of psychology decisions. You will have your own reason to buy. I will have my own reason to sell. So what if I use this own data and use it for the projection of the markets?
So now when you say this, when we hear it from you, it seems really easy and simple. Can an actual retail trader, can he or she
definitely yes.
learn?
Definitely yes. When you look at the charts in the market, there is x-axis and there is y-axis.
Correct.
X-axis is the time, y-axis is the price. From the times of Arshad Mehta, we are saying price Bhagwan che. People only look at the price and take decisions. Why don't you look at the time? How can you decode the time? This is where astrology comes into the place, because astrology is the only parameter that can help you decode the time in the market. कभी-कभी लोग बोलते हैं हम प्राइस एक्शन है, 10 चार्ट डालते हैं, 20 इंडिकेटर डालते हैं. That entire chart will have, you cannot see the nothing in the chart other than indicators and the patterns. Now my question is, मार्केट में रेजिस्टेंस ब्रेकआउट हो सकता है, सपोर्ट ब्रेकडाउन हो सकता है, बट इफ यू सी 70% ऑफ द टाइम्स जो ब्रेकआउट होता है और जो ब्रेकडाउन होता है वो फेक होता है. क्यों? उसका टाइम अलाइन नहीं है. पीपल ओनली लुक एट द प्राइस. दैट इज व्हाई यू सी दैट. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल इज, अगर इस टाइम को ब्रेकआउट होना है उसी टाइम में होगा, दूसरे टाइम में नहीं. सो जस्ट टू गिव एन एग्जांपल, द लास्ट वीक इन द ट्रेडिंग क्लास आई हैड प्रेडिक्टेड दैट IT will fall. IT sector will fall. And many people were like, markets are going up. What is he saying? IT is going to fall. Especially, the stocks like Coforge and Infosys. Okay. Understand the stocks that I'm mentioning is not recommendations. It is only for educational and information purposes. Okay. And I told that IT is going to fall. But market was bullish. And next day, Coforge fell more than 7%. In options, the premium which was at 9-10 rupees, the Coforge put option contract went up to 52 rupees. 450% return on investment. So how did that happen? It happened because of an astrological planetary event.
Okay.
In markets, there are different conjunction. Moon-Mars conjunction, Sun-Saturn conjunction. Saturn, we call it Shani. जब Sun और Saturn का conjunction होता है 0 degree में, market में upside और downside momentum का ज़्यादा possibility है. Like rapid momentum comes in the market.
Okay.
And there are many other planetary things that you can. For example, what happens is, let us say everyone has got an important date in their life. What is your important date?
1st January. Just because I celebrate New Year.
Okay. Or more than that, in your personal life, it is your birthday.
Okay, let's take then October 15th.
October 15th.
Yes.
Similarly, stocks also have got an important date in their life.
Okay.
Anniversary dates. The date, it's the 52-week high. Or the date, it's an all-time high. For example, let's say Infosys hit its all-time high on 14th of April, example. And that day is a Monday. Okay. 14th April, Infosys hit an all-time high, and that it is a Monday. If you see properly, after that projection, every Mondays, there will be some kind of a one direction moment in Infosys. It's a
Could
very
be
high
any
chance.
side, upside, downside. but
Could
not
be
both.
any side. पर उस दिन में momentum आएगा. अगर आप option buyer हो, for you direction is not important. More than direction, the momentum and speed at which the stock goes is important. That is why astrology plays an important role there also. So there are many other aspects. This is not the only aspect. I shared one aspect, but there are many other aspects where viewers will slowly believe that ये भी चलता है. Astrology begins when technical ends.
Correct. Okay, so let me ask you this. How difficult is it as an RA to manage your compliance, spend time on your research, and like make sure you are compliant in all ways? What do you think is the best thing for you? What has helped you? And anyone who is like, a fresh new RA can like, take that as an inspiration.
It all depends on your experience. It all depends on your journey in the markets. It all depends on how proactive you are. For example, if you ask me, I just require 5 minutes to screen the stocks in the morning. Just 5 minutes.
Okay.
If I have to give a recommendation, I can just wake up at 8:45, 9 open the NSE market. I have got my screeners and softwares. In 5 minutes, it will tell me what stocks I have to screen. That is with experience, right? But for every RA, it may not be the same thing. For every new RA, they might have a lot of time that they are doing research and everything, because this is with experience. Now, again, for doing equity trading, fundamental analysis, even I need to spend a lot of time the previous day, look at the research reports, create my stock report, check for different parameters, and then do it. But for intraday trading, I just require 5 minutes to shortlist this.
How do you manage the balance between researching and managing the compliance actually? Because everyone has 24 hours in a day to the expectations as an anyone who is managing an RA marketplace. We are in talks with multiple RAs across India. So all the RAs have highlighted this thing. Like, it's maximum time they are supposed to give the research, but the maximum time that they spend is towards managing their compliance.
Exactly. Even for me, I can definitely relate to it. More than the research, we are spending time on compliance, right? So the research time is limited. But even though the research time is limited, I told you, right? You need to be, if you have to be in the game for a long time, you need to be skillful. So you need to know your own hack of how do you manage it. Every person learns day by day. For me, no one taught it. I learned it. And for every RA, I think they will also figure out what can work better for them. Is it algo? Is it AI that will save the time? Or is it some beautiful things that you all have bought on board, which will be a perfect setting to talk about it, right? So I feel that you need to make use of artificial intelligence in this era. You need to make use of algo. You need to see where your time gets saved, right? For example, hiring 100 people to do research analysts for me. If I've got AI in place, if I've got setups in place, I just think that the entire work can be done with 4 or 5 people, right? So it is about how smart you do it. Second thing, I told you that over a period of time, experience teaches you a lot of things. Learning is a change in an individual's behavior arising out of experiences, right? So your strategies, yes, that is required. Whatever you're following, it can be Fibonacci, it can be technical analysis for some, it can be fundamental, it can be financial astrology, it can be order flow, it can be option chain analysis. But whatever strategies you have in this world, when you have to give a trade, when you have to show it live, when you have to show it practical, it all depends on your gut feeling. It all depends on your experience in that strategy. For example, a person using that strategy for the first time will not be confident compared to a person who has used that for the last 7 years. So you need to place yourself in that way. You need to position your brand in that way. And you need to think like a warrior who is waking up every single day to solve a problem in this world. That's the game.
I think that's a very accurate answer to what we were looking for. I think the users and the viewers might want to know, how is it that you are able to manage everything and still be participating in events across multiple states? So what is it that has helped you the most? So not just for users, but also for your fellow colleagues who are who are already an RA or planning to be one like you.
The answer is hunger for what you love, right? People think that, okay, right now he's going to different events. He's recently got featured in BSc. Before that, I'd been to different workshops. We have done a lot of things, right? People ask is this interest for events to come now? No. This interest I had till from 2021. Even when I was learning, I was going to places as a visitor, joining new workshops, learn what they are good at. See, I never say that everything is learning from someone who is better than you. You don't have to feel insecure or you don't have to feel inferior when you're learning from someone who is better, right? Today also I'm learning from people who are better than me and people are learning from me. Right. Nothing wrong in learning, right? Because every stage of your life, you need to level up. For me, the inspirational, I used to attend a lot of workshops from 2021. Today, I have been called as speakers, I have been called as mentors for a variety of workshops. Why is this? Because the start is not now. Start was many years back. So start it small, right? For example, if I have to sit with Rajan or if I have to sit with Vishal, why they will sit with me? Only if I can add value to them, they will sit with me.
Correct.
For example, a millionaire will not come and simply sit with you, right? Only if you are able to add value, if you are able to create value for the millionaire, then they will. Now people will be like, nothing, you know, there is so much difficulty to grow, there is so much difficulty to be a trader, so many things, how can I grow there? How can I be like Rajan? How can I be like Vineet? They are only seeing how can you be, but where is the process? Come up with that. Nothing is less in this world. You have an idea, people are ready to finance you.
Correct.
You cannot give a reason that I don't have money to grow. No. You have an idea, people are ready to finance you. You have a startup, people are ready to invest on your startup.
Correct.
So it is all depending on how do you place your mind in the right place. Okay. Are you ready with the plan? Are you confident enough? Do you feel it is going to work? It will definitely work.
So once we have these things like playing in our mind, only then we can assume this might actually work. So it's like I have to convince myself first and start with whatever the resource we have and keep going.
If people are laughing at you today, you will laugh at them after years. It's all about that.
Very well said.
Right? So, you know, you don't have to think about the public, what they say, what they talk. Nothing. That doesn't matter. You are paying your own bills tomorrow.
Right.
Those people will still be talking.
Correct.
Talking will not give you money, but you are making money.
So with this coming from like, you know, someone who has been teaching and has been into finance, is proving numbers. So I think this could be a key takeaway for all the viewers that we have here. Initial topic that we were here to discuss. So how is it that KuberHunt, like you have been with us for a while now. So how is it that KuberHunt is helping you in everyday life? What are the things that is best for you, are working out actually? And what are the things that there could be still some improvements around?
KuberHunt, as I know, is a beautiful platform, right? The way it is set up, I wouldn't call it as a platform, I will call it as an ecosystem. First of all, I think this is the only platform that is allowing only RS, right? There are many other platforms where any traders can come and give recommendations who are not a RA, who are not an RIA, who have not done anything, right? So in this case, what happens is there is a risk that people can lose money.
Right.
But in KuberHunt, they make sure that the stop losses are given a priority. Whenever you provide a research, even if you don't give a target, I do not know, but if you don't keep a stop loss, the research will not go in.
Excellent catch.
So you have given that very important thing for whatever we discussed at the start of this podcast. Learn to book your loss.
Yes.
Stop loss is most essential. So I think in KuberHunt, that is one thing that is given. Second thing is the way the interface is. The user interface is beautiful, right? Even I have recommended a lot of trades. People are doing well. And it is easy for me also to use it. It is very simple. So people can come, join your marketplace, register, start taking trades from people who are registered in the markets, who are following the regulations of Securities and Exchange Board of India. You have different algos. People who are busy, who are going to job, who cannot trade, they can just, you know, use the algos that are recommended by the RAs and just start and make money out of it. People who feel that, okay, we are not confident enough to start with their actual money, they can do paper trading. So I think it is like all things under one roof, right? You have got everything under one roof. And again, Demat accounts, you all are already collaborated with the top Demat account book. I think you all are in talks with Trade Genie, many other things. I think 5paisa is gonna get there soon. Pocketful is something that you are already doing well. So I feel it's a great start. In the long run, I think KuberHunt can even become a broker, right? So because you all have got everything else other than maybe a Demat account. But again, I feel that for all the users there, you don't have to go to YouTube. You don't have to go to Telegram and get confused. You have got the RAs in one marketplace. People who are having a good amount of experience. People are telling you that what is the loss probability, what is the profit probability. Go ahead with that.
So let me take a moment here to introduce you to KuberHunt. KuberHunt is a RA marketplace where research analysts publish and manages all the research that that is to be shared with our retail users. With KuberHunt, we have also introduced our KuberHunt Edge. So why the Edge? Because with just access to KuberHunt Edge, you get research analysis from nearly 20 RAs, and all that research is the part of the entering plan. So as soon as you subscribe to KuberHunt Edge, you get access to RAs with multiple RAs across multiple segments, and wherein they share the recommendations with us. So the basic subscription gives access to nearly 20 RAs. Not every platform that you use might give you this option to proceed. But again, always have an option to select your research analyst and begin with their plan. So everything is in very much detail. Please correct me if I'm wrong in any way. What we are trying to prove here is research is a very delicate place. So any research could either work out for you or go bad. So how do you think we should capture the best research? What should the users begin with?
First thing is, for all the research analysts here, compliance is also there inside KuberHunt itself. Right. So in other places, again, you need to download, check if the timestamp is there, work a lot on that. But I think in KuberHunt, whatever trades that you are giving with the timestamp, you just have to download it, give it for the SEBI compliance. So 50% of the RA's work is done there.
True.
Right? They don't have to spend the time on compliance. Second part is, you asked me that how the users should look at this, right? Definitely, like you said, you are having the best RAs with you right now at the marketplace. They are already recommending, they are already experienced. You don't use your own, don't take stress. We are already giving you the recommendations. But one thing that will be good for people is, already the users who are there in the market from a long time, you can also do your analysis. And if they are feeling that, okay, we are also recommending the same trades, or we are bullish or bearish in the same analysis, you get a double confirmation that मुझे भी ये दिख रहा है, उसको भी ये दिख रहा है, और उसका experience भी बहुत है. So consider recommendation as a probability. Don't consider it as a surety, right? But this probability can help you being profitable in the markets 8 out of 10 times, and that's very important.
So what would you rate KuberHunt when it comes to anyone who is a beginner into the field? So I'm talking about someone who has just entered into the trading segment, are completely new, and have not explored much and might not have enough bandwidth to explore. So they might lack research, they might lack time. So most of the professionals right now are occupied with their 9 to 5 things. So how can they utilize it? Do you think it is worth it? Please share some information around that.
So the first thing is, when we're talking about the KuberHunt, you spoke about the app as a whole, right? The metrics of the app, the applications and everything, which is a great initiative, right? Second thing is, you asked me, what do you rate KuberHunt as? Like I told you, I feel considering there is nothing that you don't have in the platform, right? So definitely it would be 9 out of 10, right? 10 out of 10 also is applicable, but always there is a potential for the best to be the bestest, right? Or better to be the best.
Right.
So what I'm trying to tell is, the app is good. It is set up in a way where it is very easy for the users to use it. For the retail players, I feel that you guys have thought a lot about the retail players, right? You could have just done it for the HNIs, but you all are caring for the retail players also, because there are so many retailers who are losing money for no reason, because they are coming with an expectation ki, if I follow this guy, I'll make money. If I follow, it is not like that. Market is a game of probability. Even if you follow anyone in this world, you should keep a stop loss, or you should keep a target, and your risk management is very important. So I feel KuberHunt has given that, it has bridged the gap between the retailers and the RS, right? So that there is a direct connection and there is the direct trades that they get. Second thing is, you can see that the algos are all getting deployed by the RS, which will be easy for the people who are job working, who do not have time to directly invest and make money out of it. Paper trading is gonna come. And right now you all are doing great in marketing also. One good addition from my side, or one thing could be, if you all can add learning videos also in the channel. I feel you all might definitely have this in your vision, but if that is also done, people can come and learn from the KuberHunt channel also.
Correct.
People like us or me or any other RAs who are already collaborated with you all can come and share some of their setups and everything. So that time, learning is there, earning is there, compliance is covered. What more do you need?
That's an excellent answer. And I really appreciate your 9 out of 10 rating, because again, there is always room for improvement. And what we are trying to cater is if we are already a 10 on 10 product, we should either be listed somewhere or like, we should have these big offices, fancy offices.
Listing should be the goal.
Yes, that is again something that we dream to do it. But again, that is not what we are working for. What we are working towards is like, any beginner, any individual who wants to learn, who wants to get hold onto an excellent research output, because the rationale and everything are at times so detailed. I've seen RAs specify each and everything and the reason behind doing that. So for you, it could be either astrology and sometimes the price action. That is how we are planning to proceed. So I think we will now conclude with this, that KuberHunt is actually live. We have a KuberHunt Edge plan for any individual who is just planning to start. You all are welcome to the KuberHunt Edge. You can find us on Play Store, App Store. We have our social media platforms active. If you have any queries, we also have our support email. Please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to cater you. With this, I'll conclude.
Congratulations, Rajan and the entire KuberHunt team for this beautiful initiative. And don't miss out. I think the link is in the bio and also in the profile. Just go there, explore it and backtest it, because you know what's going to happen. You can, after backtesting, you can execute it, forward test it and have a great time here. So I feel like you always say, market is a game of probability, but I think the probability with high rate of accuracy is already there in KuberHunt. So thank you so much.
Thank you.